I'm pretty sure that the first film that I reviewed on this channel was the 2019 movie Joker. I really love that movie. I think it's tremendous. Joaquin Phoenix deserved his Oscar. The movie looked and sounded great. The performances were amazing. The story was awesome. It was one of those things that came out of nowhere and we didn't know that we really needed. So of course, the cash-hungry monsters at Warner Brothers said, we need a sequel, we must have our billions of dollars. And of course, this movie is a catastrophic failure and they lost $150 to $200 million. Surprise, surprise, Warner Brothers doing Warner Brothers crap. Let's talk about Joker, Folie, Deux. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Before we get started, please follow me over on X. You can follow me at Hometown0YT. I post the videos there as well. You can also follow me on the Bad Green channel, Rumble. You can also follow me on Instagram at RealHometown0. Hit me up on those things as well. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Let's talk about this garbage movie. Okay, so the first Joker was great. Wasn't really necessary, but it turned out to be awesome. We got this story about this really conflicted, messed up guy that has this like laughing disorder and has a bunch of childhood trauma and has severe mommy issues, and the ending was bonkers, and the story was great, and the acting was great, and the cinematography was great, and the whole movie was amazing. And it was, I believe, the biggest R-rated film of all time when it came out. Joaquin Phoenix won a much-deserved Academy Award, and it was just a great film. It was not a fun movie to watch. It was dark. It had its ties to the Batman universe. Thomas Wayne was a central character. Bruce Wayne is literally in the movie. It's featured in Gotham City. So it was very much in that universe despite being its own separate thing. And of course it was written as a standalone film. So of course, because everyone wants their monies, we get this garbage sequel. Now, what's really, really frustrating about this movie is that the potential is here when you watch it. The movie looks fantastic. The way it's shot, the cinematography, the blocking, the coloring, everything about that, the presentation of the movie is basically flawless. Everything else, the acting, I would say, from the actors, they do what they're asked to do, and they give good performances for what the movie is. The problem is the story is terrible. The movie is too long. The movie has pacing issues. The movie is, above all, boring. And a movie like this, if you're gonna make a thriller and you want it to be engaging, you can't have the audience bored to tears. And I blame the story mostly, but maybe not even mostly. I think that the decision to make this movie into a musical turned out to be a catastrophic miscalculation. Every time the film starts to gain a little bit of momentum, there's a musical number and it grounds to a screeching halt. This is simply not the type of movie and the type of story that needs musical numbers interrupting it every 10 minutes. It's unnecessary, it's stupid, and it simply does not work at all. If you cut the musical numbers out, this movie would be 1 hour and 50 minutes, and it would be a much better movie. I don't think it would be great, but it would be better than garbage. When I think about this movie, the first movie I thought of, this is a weird comparison, but I thought of the 2018 Halloween sequel that David Gordon Green did and was amazing. I think that's not only a tremendous sequel and the way you do a sequel decades later, but I think it set the gold standard, and I think that movie is actually better than the original Halloween. I know that's blasphemy or whatever, but I don't care. I think the 2018 Halloween movie is fantastic. And then you get the sequel, and the sequel sucks. And then you get the third film, and the third film is trying to subvert your expectations, and as a result, forgets what made the other movie great and is a catastrophic failure. Joker does the exact same thing. I really can't tell if director Todd Phillips is trying to play a prank on everybody who's watching the movie, or it was just a complete misfire. It's definitely one of those two things. Like, Halloween Ends subverted the expectations of the audience by having like the Michael Myers protege, and everybody hated it and thought it was stupid. The Last Jedi subverted your expectations by making Luke Skywalker into an a-hole and making everybody in the universe miserable, and people make no sense in all of their actions, and as a result, most people hate that movie. Joker is trying to subvert your expectations by making a musical and making none of the characters behave like they should, like Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn. You could cut her out of this movie entirely, and I don't think it would make that much of a difference. And the movie just completely collapses because the premise is stupid and dumb and unnecessary. So, Warner Brothers, you got what you effing deserve. This movie is going to lose you all the money, and I have zero empathy for you. Have a nice day. Thank you so much for checking out the video. If you liked it, found it helpful, I hope you would consider subscribing. You can also like and share the video. That tells the powers that be, the algorithm as it were, that it's worth watching. And let me know what you think in the comments. And I will see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m.